Okay, I'm now testing some stuff out. If you're tuning in, don't bother. I'm just testing some shit out right now.
Same.
No, no, it's not broadcasting. Okay, it's not showing up.
You are.
I am?
You're just
Oh, is it not? Is it because I'm not a subscriber?
it could it's not showing up in what regard?
On Twitch.
Oh, like a notification going out, you mean?
No, I mean, because I'm looking at the page right now, the Onyx Path page, and it just says it's right now showing Aberrant Community Service and says this is only available to subscribers.
Oh, it looks like you're on the videos page.
Oh,
Go, yeah, click home.
okay, there we go. There, now I am there.
Yeah, that's well, and that'll happen too. Like if you search in, that happens to me a lot too. If you search in, um, or you come in through Google, or you just don't directly go to the home URL, the default URL, you'll
Right.
often wind up with. But you are running probably I think there's like a 5 or 10 second delay,
Okay.
which is normal. Everything looks and sounds good.
Okay.
Um,
And I just have to keep the window open for the chat room, I guess, to read that.
yeah, that's probably the best way to do that. There is. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see. Just trying to think what the other options would be. Um,
Because like when I first set it up on my personal account, it gave me a pop out of the chat, but I think it's probably because it's tied to my account and not a stream key.
that might be. Yeah. There's a plugin you can get, and I can try to do some research to figure out what that is. That would allow you to have it as a separate pop up.
Okay.
I usually run it with the window open, um, if for no other reason than just it gives me easy access to. I can like bring up the mod tools real easy and shit like that. But you don't necessarily have to. Um,
But no,
but
that's fine. I mean, if you have time looking for it, then that's great. But I mean, this should be just fine.
you know who would probably know is almost any of our streamers. I'm gonna add you. Do you spend any time on Discord at all? Should I add you to
Um,
the streamer Discord so that you can?
I mean, you can. It's I won't check it very often, but I mean, yeah, I don't mind being on it. I have
Right.
Discord open for other reasons. So I mean, yeah, it won't bug me.
Yeah, if nothing else, I mean, more to the point, it's a place where you can hop in and ask, like,
Right.
"Hey, does anybody know this extension?" That's really what they're there for. I try not to roll out. Well, I often do like communicate things to people via Discord, but it's always like, "Hey guys, here's this thing, and it will be in the email this week."
Right.
It's never like, "This is the only place I'm going to tell you this, and it's important." That's never going to happen.
Okay. Yeah. Then yeah. That so you're using it much like you're using a Slack, which is totally fine then.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of the aim for my communication in 2020. It's like have all these places where if we need to have a more immediate conversation, that avenue is there. But if it's important, if it's something I expect you to know or you expect me to know, it needs to go on email because for 100 reasons.
Right. For all sorts
Um,
of reasons.
yeah. We could run an entire stream that was just a Q&A on why it's important to communicate by email.
Honestly, not a bad idea. I mean, again, it goes to the reasons why I think it might be useful. Because I mean, also we're looking at stuff like doing like a town hall meeting at some point. Probably not on Twitch, probably in a private YouTube channel, or whatever. But so the devs can all like
Right.
communicate some stuff to them in a more personal way. It's not just an email, and also take some questions and talk like that. But yeah, I mean, we do all these cons, we do all these panels, and we try recording them for the Pathcast, and that's okay. But there are some people who just can't go to those shows,
Right.
particularly European fans or European freelancers. Doing stuff like this where people can communicate. For me during the afternoon is easy, but that means the European audience can watch it when they get home. Our U.S. freelancers can catch the YouTube version later or whatever,
Right.
and just start to document that way. People are like, hey, how do I do page references? Here's a link. whatever.
Right. That'd be a cool thing to sort of roll out. And also, just in terms of like having stuff that's specific to us is good. Having public facing content that's general, best practices stuff is good too. Or even just like how we do this can serve some of those, can kind of serve both of those masters to a degree as well. Which is kind of like what we were talking about with, for those of you who are watching, who stumbled onto the stream and haven't fallen asleep yet.
Right.
We're discussing just adding some non-actual play content to the channel. Don't be alarmed. We will have ample actual plays as well, where those aren't going anywhere. We're just also looking at different ways to enrich our programming. One of which is going to be Eddy showing you how the proofing process works, and then going from there and seeing what else we can sort of roll out. So having some of these things out there, I think, are cool. Just to scratch the curiosity itch, but also for people who are interested in pursuing work in this field. I've been working with Onyx Path now for about a year, a little over, directly, and I don't think I've ever ran into a process where I've been like, that's so bizarre. Why would anyone do it that way? That seems like no one else in the industry does this.
Right.
It's pretty, everybody's got their little variations or whatever, but it's pretty much, you can get a pretty good idea of how things function. And obviously we have our trade secrets. We're not going to give you the glyphs we use to, summon the muses that we then sacrifice to make our games. We're not going to give you the combination to the soul cage we keep Rich in when he's.
I was about to say you're talking some shit that I should be sending ninjas after you for.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be on stream one day. You're just gonna see like a blade come in from the side.
Right. Just dead.
Yeah. So.
Let me test something real quick. Go ahead.
But we will be sharing some of the sauce.
Right, and so for people listening, this is basically just me trying some stuff out because that's the first time I've ever streamed before. So I'm trying to see, show what things like and how they work. And I'm trying something out like right now. Let's see if it works. Where's my OBS? There it is. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that did work. Okay.
Oh, easy peasy.
Yeah, so that way I can show things like because one thing for next week is with DR, since it's a project I've done a lot with, I can show all the different stages of what proofing looks like.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Because you can sort of like roll back, like this is how we got to where this is, and
right.
Show like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Right. So like this is the one with like out art, for example. That was before all the art before all the table of contents came in, I should say. And so this is pretty early on, so you can see some more of the notes that we have, like that. So it's it'll be fun, but we'll see how it goes.
Cool.
Anyway, it's cool. So I think if you're sounding good levels and things are sounding good, then I'll go ahead and stop streaming now, and give us a shot next week.
Yeah. And